Just waiting. I want to talk a little bit about this new variant. They sound like a Star Wars name. I mean, it sounds like a robotic name, but it's coming from supposedly Africa. The only way to get rid of these variants and these diseases is to put a stop on the people that have it in their country. And here in the U.S., they just the other day in Mexico, they were lining people up for buses. There was Haitians, there was Africans, people from Africa, and Venezuela. And the first ones that got to go were the ones from Africa and Haitians. Haitians, by my research and watching somebody else that knew that was over there, in actuality, they can't seek asylum in the U.S. because they had asylum in Chile. But they're doing it anyway. See, they come over here, and contrary to what everybody believes, they're not turning them back. They're setting them loose. They're escaping. But if we've got Africans or people from Africa, we'll call them Africans, but people from Africa coming over here and not knowing what types of diseases they've got. I mean, there's been diseases coming over here without the American people really caring or even paying attention to. But they're coming this way, but they're not tested. They don't go through the stuff that we're going through. Yet they're let in this country. And Mr. Biden and his vice president seem not to care because they don't go down there. They don't stop it. They don't help the Border Patrol. They don't get enough Border Patrol to stop the people from going over here. They're not sending them back, but they can't. They're not allowed a visa until they see that they have their court date. Some of them are getting green cards. Some want to stay in Mexico, and some are coming here. But it's these leftist organizations that are funding this stuff, and they're coming to every state. I mean, we're getting them here. Now, I have no problem with migrants, but when we've got all this stuff going on with the supply chain, the economy, it's not getting any better, and I don't think it's going to. It's going to take a miracle to get this country back to where it was, because the leftists, the radicals have destroyed this nation. I mean, we're not going to be able to find these people. And I went into a Dollar General today, and that thing was picked over, and it's beginning to get that way. I mean, you can't find certain things. Water's a big one. And we live in the Great Lakes, so why we're having water issues, I don't know. But yeah, we're having water problems up here. Um, I want to talk to you a little bit about the immune system. This I'm not a doctor and I'm not a psychiatrist, but I've had depression. I've had well, still do. I have SAD, seasonal affective disorder, anxiety issues. You name it, I have it. But a doctor told me long ago that your immune system is affected by your mental health. And if we don't get the mental health thing in check, people, you gotta quit running. You gotta quit being, the way you are because it'll make you sick. Because your immune system is low, because you're depleting the serotonin in your brain. And you need to be healthy. You need to be get your rest. And anxiety is one of those things where it's hard for you to sleep. So is depression to some people. And I am one of those people with depression. I don't sleep. Anxiety, I don't sleep. But people need to be aware of that and understand that we've got to stop these migrants from coming over here in droves. I mean, if we don't, it's going to be a sad day. I mean, it's already becoming a sad day when people are going to start getting upset because there's not what they're looking for on the shelf of the store. That's why we need to prepare so we're not out there when everybody wakes up and finds out what's going on. It's going to be dangerous. And, like I said in that video of fear mongering, that was on my other channel, so I put it on this channel. But my daughter works as a respiratory therapist. She has back issues. They're giving her now incentives to work, but they're very short staffed, so she works 60 hours a week. And I would know if her hospital was jam packed because she has back issues. And she has a defect. When she was born, she got a defect in her spine, so she's got back issues, and she would be the first one to be complaining about that because there's no chiropractor or anything that can help with that. I mean, they can try, but that's just the way it goes. But this world is an ugly place right now, and if we don't stop it, we don't stop and think, it's just going to get worse. I mean, we have to stop and take a look at everything that's going on around us. We have to look at the big picture. We have to not get so obsessed. Obsession is a big thing. In my problems, they say don't get obsessed. You get obsessed, it's just like, your mind is continually working on that problem. And then it becomes a bigger problem. You have to stay away from the obsessions in order to keep your mental health in check. Right now here, where I live, they're short-staffed in mental workers, and yet they want them to take the heebie-jeebie, in their arm, and it's going to make the matters worse, for mental health. And there's people already dependent on them. I can manage because I'm in a good spot. I learned how to deal with it. I learned how to overcome it. And without Jesus Christ, I could not have done it myself. And that's what we have to do. We have to find Jesus Christ. And people, don't want to hear about it, but Jesus Christ is the answer. Not the government. The government is here to frighten everybody, and when they're putting races against each other. Jesus Christ isn't going to look at that. Jesus Christ looks at what's inside you and what you're feeling and who you are. He doesn't look at color. He doesn't look at race. People need to understand that we have to, because he's the only one that can help us at this time. I don't know, something has to be done down there, down south Texas and that area, and we need to get this country back on its own track, because we need those pipelines, those oil pipelines, instead of depending on foreign oil. We got out of foreign oil when Trump was in office. This country can do it on its own, because all around even up here, there's oil wells, but they're not pumping. And this whole thing of electric this and electric that and smart this, smart that. First of all, you have to have the chips. And up here, they're taking out chips on a lot of safety things to build cars. They have to take certain things that safety things that are in the automobiles, like certain braking things and different things. They have to take them out so they can build the car. They're still low on that. And don't let anybody buffalo you into thinking that everything's hunky-dory. It's not hunky-dory. You have to freaking quit watching that stuff that all they do is want to tell you fibs and lies and scare you and make you frightened. And don't be running around like, and trying to hide your head, because hiding your head's not going to do it. Hiding your head in the sand does not make it go away. But I came on here, just to tell you that we need to prepare. I've been saying this even before this happened. I knew this was coming, but when I knew it was coming, I just didn't know what it was. And then when on the 13th of March in 2020, that's when I knew, and I knew it was going to last forever. I knew it wasn't going to end, and it's not. And the more we let people come over here without vetting them, without doing this, they're bringing in measles. I heard the other day maybe smallpox. You don't know what those third world countries. There's syphilis, there's gonorrhea, COVID, TV, things that this country hasn't seen in a long time. Um, but I just wanted to come on here and just let people know that you need to keep the faith, keep standing for what you believe in, and pray to God that He'll guide you out of this, and not to fear. You know, Satan's the one that brings in the fear. He's the one that does that. You know, if this were the end days and this thing, you know, that they want you to do, this procedure, were the mark, would you take it? Because you're going to end up with the choice of either buying or selling. Buying or selling, or because if you don't have that mark, you can't buy or sell. And also, what you gold and anything like that's not going to be worth nothing to the people that haven't had the procedure. See, you know, I'm not saying it is, but it could be leading up to it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the day or the hour, but could be it's coming and it's getting closer. I don't know. I can't tell for sure. A week from Monday, I have to go in and have I'm getting a cataract removed. Hopefully, they can get the lens to where it's not so thick on the lazy eye, so I can be able to, you know, not have thick glasses, thick lens on one of the eyes, and it might help me see a little better. But I have to do that, and that don't sound too cool either. But you do what you gotta do. The only thing, you better not give me any dang tricks or I ain't doing it. It's as simple as that. I don't know. You know, I've seen in other states where the shortages in the bare shelves and stuff like that. It's looking like that up here too. You know, and you know what the disgusting part is? I watch these videos just pop up on my YouTube channel. But dumpster diving is a new thing. But the stuff those stores throw out, they could be giving that stuff away, but they don't. It's wrong. And you know, we have people in this country that live on the street, yet we're letting more people come in and giving them money and incentives. The American people, what was their incentive? They worked in this country for a long time. Their parents, their grandparents, and they fought for this country. And, you know, these people who are running it right now want to run it into the ground. You know, and it's kind of, I'm not scared. You know, that's the whole thing. I'm not scared. But I don't know how to explain it. You know, I just want people to know that Jesus loves you. And that's always been, when I'd had hard times, people would say that to me. And, you know, that's nice to hear, to know. I mean, when they come up to you and out of nowhere and say it. But I want to say, stay safe, be prepared, get as much as you can for your family. It's going to be harder now because it's getting kind of short pickings. But you'll want to do it because we don't know how long we got, or what next, or this winter's going to bring with the fuel prices and stuff like that. God bless you all, and God love you, and peace to all of you, and thank you for watching.